How far away is the dome? Are we close?
Still a couple of hours to go, as best I can tell.
Can this thing go any faster?
Patience, Crichton. Once the weather brightens, we'll make better time.
Just our luck. The skies turned dark at the worst possible time. Not only that, but we managed to steal the slowest crawler in the entire wasteland.
We've waited years for this moment, brother. A few more hours won't hurt.
I know, but we're so close. If only we... I'm sorry, Edana. Sometimes I wonder why you've kept your patience with me all these years.
You know why.
I keep telling you. You should have cut loose from me a long time ago. You've squandered what little time you have left, and for what?
You dragged me out of the darkness, Crichton. You carried me, bloodied and broken, and fought your way through insurmountable odds so that we could both find freedom. I would be nothing without you. For that reason, and so many others, you know I can never leave.
The darkness. I still dream about it. Do you?
Always. But, dreams or not, it can't hurt us anymore.
I suppose not.
Its hold over us is broken. Now, we are the ones who control the darkness. We'll never be slaves to it again.
Is there a part of you that's still afraid of it?
We should talk about something else.
What do you have in mind?
Anything.
Maybe we should talk about... before.
Not that.
Why not?
I told you I would never talk about before. My life only began after we left the mines. Everything that came earlier is...
Is what?
We were remade down there in the darkness, Crichton. Both in our own ways. We came out different people. It doesn't matter who we were before. That part of us died long ago.
I want to know.
Why?
Because soon there will be nothing left of you but memories, Edana. And the more you give me, the longer I'll be able to keep you in my thoughts.
No, I...
Just tell me about one moment. One event. That's all I ask.
Are you sure about this?
Yes.
All right, I'll tell you. Go ahead and choose something you'd like to know.
What was your home like before you were sent to the mines?
We had a cottage, my husband and I. A small, plain thing, white, with a garden bed at the front. It was situated on a hill that overlooked a beautiful valley, and in the spring, tiny pink flowers would bloom in the fields around us. We worked the land and traded goods at a village nearby. It was a simple life, but we were happy.
Was he a good man?
He was.
What happened to him?
They came for us in the night. Dragged us out of our bed and torched the cottage. Forced us to watch as it burned to the ground. Our crops, too, were set alight. My husband, they cut him down. Right there in the garden. They left him there for the flames. But me? No, they took me with them. They wanted me alive, as a breeder. But once they discovered I was barren, they were furious, as if I'd intentionally brought disgrace upon them. They lashed me and sent me to the mines as punishment. Most of the slavers, they didn't think I'd last. They kept taunting me and telling me how the shadow mites would make short work of me. But something kept me going all those nights, longer than anyone gave me credit for. I think it was my thirst for revenge. I wanted to get back at them somehow.
In the end, I made them suffer for both of us.
Yes, you did. There. I've done as you asked.
Thank you, Edana. I won't forget it.
And what about you?
Me?
Well, don't you have something to tell? Choose a memory and share it with me.
Choose? There's no need. I have only one memory. The years of my childhood and youth are a blank slate. However, there is a single event that sticks in my mind from before I was remade. I had been thrown into the mines, like you. Forced to work, deep, deep down. There were others with me. I don't remember their names, not even their faces. I only know that one of them was careless with his carving tool, swinging it against the wall and sending dirt flying with reckless abandon. With one of his strikes, he managed to gouge a chunk of amber hidden in the soil. It sparked and spat fire, drenching him in flame. The sudden cascade of light roused the shadow mites from their slumber, whipped them into a frenzy unlike anything I'd seen before. They jumped from man to man, gouging through flesh like it was tissue paper. And the screams. Such agony. I tried to run, but they caught me. There was no escape. The shadow mites blasted through me 1,000 ribbons of fire. Amid the torment, I could only manage a single coherent thought. That this was the end. And that I would finally be a slave no longer.
What happened then?
I woke later, I don't know how long, and to my chagrin found that I was very much still alive. But I was utterly changed. The slavers had collected my body from the deep and taken me to one of their facilities, the ones where they torture and experiment on slaves. And there they did the unthinkable. They ripped my ruined body apart, limb from limb, and replaced it with this mechanical monstrosity. I was meant to be the first, the prototype for their new breed of worker. The steel was supposed to make me impervious to the shadow mites, but all their efforts were in vain. The mites, as it turns out, eat through everything. Skin and bone, flesh and, yes, even metal. Their experiment failed, but they sent me back down there anyway. And I was condemned to live once more as a slave, knowing that death would eventually come for me a second time. And until it did, I would be forced to wander the darkness in a body that was slowly and painfully falling apart.
No one deserves such a fate, brother.
No. I wouldn't wish it upon my most hated enemy.
Don't you have memories of anything else? Any happier times?
No. I've only ever known ruin. That's the life I've been forced to endure.
The ones who did this to you deserved their punishment. A good thing you were able to take your revenge.
I took revenge on some, yes. But most of those slavers still walk the western reaches to this day. Happy. Content with their lot.
Once your body is whole again, and you are strong, once your legs can sustain you for the journey, you will return. And you will make them pay, brother. You'll drive them out and reclaim our home. For you, me, and all of our countrymen who have suffered at their hands.
Home. Yes. One day, Edana. I only wish that you could be there with me when it happens.
Maybe I'll live long enough to see it, brother. The Shadow Mites have left me with many wounds, but they haven't managed to kill me yet.
No, they haven't.
Ah, look at that. The skies are opening. Clear weather ahead. We should make good time after all.
Maybe things are finally turning in our favor.
Have faith and stay the course. In the end, we will get what we came for. You'll be made strong and whole again. I promise you that, brother. With all my heart.
This podcast is made possible by my supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to hear ad-free, early release episodes, as well as my exclusive series The Strata, Luna, head over to patreon.com/beyondthedark. Your support means I can keep bringing you more seasons of The Strata. Season 11, Sanctuary, starring Emma Sherjako, Jason Churai, Michelle Mosley, Brian Jeffords, Peter Wicks, Paul Warren, Chloë Elmore, Corey Kohler, Rebecca Tamwin, Jimmy Yamaguchi, Max Hertzfeld, Eric Wilmot, and Philip Kryenhoff. Created by Mark R. Healy, a Beyond the Dark production.